The courtroom was silent after my final words echoed against the wooden walls. I could feel every eye on me. Some curious, some judgmental, some quietly sympathetic. The judge leaned back slightly, his fingers pressed together, absorbing not just my testimony but the months of manipulation, humiliation, and quiet endurance that had led me here. Max's lawyer stood for his closing argument, smoothing his jacket as if confidence alone could bend reality. "Your Honor," he began, "this case is not about money. It is about concern. About a family watching a beloved mother spiral into paranoia, isolation, and impulsive decision-making. Installing surveillance systems, cutting off family without warning, surrounding herself with strangers. These are not the actions of a stable woman. They are the warning signs of cognitive decline. My clients are not villains. They are children terrified of losing their mother to confusion and outside influence." I listened carefully. Once, those words might have shaken me. Once, I would have doubted myself, replayed every decision with guilt gnawing at my chest. But now, after everything I had seen, after everything they had tried to take from me, those words sounded hollow. Mr. Weber stood slowly. He did not rush. He did not dramatize. His voice, when he spoke, was steady and precise. "Your Honor, this case is very much about money," he said. "But not in the way opposing counsel suggests. It is about who controls it and why." He gestured gently toward me. "My client is a 71-year-old woman who managed her finances independently for over 4 decades. She raised a child alone after becoming a widow. She worked, saved, paid taxes, and planned responsibly for retirement. There is no history of debt, mismanagement, or cognitive impairment." He turned toward Max and Lena. "What has changed," he continued, "is that she stopped giving her adult son and daughter-in-law money. And the moment that happened, concern magically turned into lawsuits." A murmur passed through the courtroom. "Let us be clear," Mr. Weber said. "My client did not cut off emotional contact. They did, unless money was involved. She was excluded from her son's wedding after financially supporting it. She was told she was not special. And when she finally asserted a boundary, her family responded not with dialogue but with legal force." He placed his hands on the podium. "This court has heard testimony from medical professionals confirming her mental competence, from community members confirming her social stability, from financial experts confirming her rational decision-making. What the petitioners have offered instead is speculation, exaggeration, and motivation rooted in financial dependency." He paused, then delivered the final blow. "Autonomy is not dementia. Independence is not paranoia. And refusing to be exploited is not mental illness." The judge nodded slowly, then called for a recess. Those 20 minutes felt longer than the last 3 years of my life. I sat on the bench outside the courtroom, Eleanor holding my hand tightly. Diana had flown in that morning and sat on my other side, her presence grounding me. Across the hall, Max and Lena whispered urgently to their lawyer. They did not look at me. For the first time, I truly saw them, not as my son and daughter-in-law, but as 2 adults panicking because the future they had planned on my back was slipping away. When the bailiff finally called us back inside, my heart pounded, but not with fear, with certainty. The judge cleared his throat. After reviewing the evidence, testimony, and expert evaluations, he said, "This court finds no basis for declaring Mrs. Renata Richter mentally incompetent." My breath caught. The petition for guardianship is denied in its entirety. A wave of relief washed through me so powerful my hands trembled. "This court further notes," the judge continued, his voice sharpening, "that the evidence strongly suggests attempted financial coercion and abuse. While this hearing is not the appropriate venue to pursue criminal charges, I strongly advise the petitioners to reconsider any further actions of this nature." He looked directly at Max. "Mrs. Richter retains full control over her finances, her property, and her life. Any further harassment may result in legal consequences." The gavel came down. It was over. I did not look at Max or Lena as I walked out of the courtroom. I didn't need to. The chapter they represented in my life had closed. The weeks that followed were quieter than I had imagined. No more surprise visits. No more blocked numbers lighting up my phone. The restraining order remained in place, and the legal threat dissolved as quickly as it had appeared once the money trail was sealed shut. I grieved, but gently now. Not with desperation, but with acceptance. Grief, I learned, is not just for the dead. Sometimes it is for the living, for the relationships we thought we had, for the love we imagined was real. But grief also makes room for something new. I took my first trip alone 2 months later. A small coastal town I had always wanted to see but never dared justify. I walked along the shore at sunrise, coffee in hand, listening to the waves and realizing something profound. No one needed anything from me. And yet, I had never felt more valuable. I enrolled in a painting class. My hands remembered what my heart had nearly forgotten. Color returned to my world in ways money never could. I rewrote my will, with clarity, not bitterness. Portions went to charities supporting elderly women facing financial abuse. Portions went to causes my husband had loved. And yes, Max remained mentioned, but not as an entitlement. As a choice.